In ancient Rome, danger didn't always come from the opposing army. Sometimes the real fear stood right behind you among your own brothers in arms. Imagine this: a commander places a wooden club in your hands, and then orders you to kill one of the men you've marched with, eaten with, trusted with your life. And if you refuse, then everyone in your unit pays the price. This nightmare became reality in 100 to BCE, after nearly 500 Roman soldiers abandoned their posts during battle. For Rome, that was unforgivable, and the punishment that followed was one of the most terrifying in military history. The legion drew lots. For every group of 10 men, one was marked for death. The other 9 weren't just witnesses. They were the executioners. The entire army formed a silent circle as the chosen men stepped forward. The first soldier froze. He couldn't bring himself to lift the club. An officer walked up, stared him down, and gave a simple, brutal choice: strike him or join him. So the blows started, slow at first, then harder, until the man collapsed. It didn't end with one death. By the time it was over, 48 soldiers had been beaten to death, not by enemy blades, but by the very people who cared about them, and the survivors. They weren't allowed to return to camp. They had to stay outside the walls, spending the night beside the bodies of the friends they had just been forced to kill. The Romans had a name for this horror: decimation. 1 man in 10 was executed, but the truth is, every single person in that group was shattered. You didn't just lose a comrade. You became the reason he was gone. This wasn't discipline, it was control through fear, and Rome used it for centuries. Full story on Silent History. Subscribe if you want the kind of history most people never hear about.